Hi everyone. I had a message come through in the early hours of yesterday morning, and I just wanted to come on and share it quickly. Um, so my interpretation of the message was and I don't know if this is January in particular or but I think as a whole it is kind of this year 2025. But I don't know if this is something that is coming up in January or further on. Maybe it's different for everybody. I don't know. But my interpretation of the message was that it is going to be a time of like massive change. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, people talk about the shift in consciousness and how everything is changing that way. That's not really what I mean. It's more of like a very, very personal thing. So what I got in the message was things are going to be coming up, like from your past, things that maybe you thought you had kind of laid to rest, things that you thought maybe that you had healed from, or things that you'd long forgotten about, or maybe even things that you haven't looked at yet, things that things from a while ago. And one specific thing that came up in this message was that enough time has passed for this thing to come back. And I think it's so that these things can be looked at again. And the kind of theme of the message was that 2025 is when these things will be looked at and put to rest for good. That this will be nearly like the last time that they have to be looked at. And I know that there will be some things there that people haven't, people are always learning about different things that they need to heal from, traumas and where those traumas came from and that kind of thing. But the idea that I got in the message was that it is mainly going to be things that you already know about, things that you've probably already looked at. Things that you've probably already looked at and already kind of said, like, that is done. I've healed from that. I've worked on that. I'm done with that now. That you laid it to rest, probably a while ago, but that you might find that somehow, some way this year, it crops up again for you. Now, this could be people in your life. It could be traumas, as I said already. It could be maybe cycles in how you conduct relationships. It could be, like relationship cycles cropping up again and again, something that maybe you thought you'd gotten past, but it happens again, or it comes up again, or whatever it is. This can come about in a lot of different ways. This could be it's going to be so individual. There was a lot of different kind of examples of how this could show up, but very, very individual for each person. And I suppose it was a short message. I wasn't going to come on here and do a very long video or anything, but it was just something that I felt called to share. Because I could see, as I was given the message, I could see how this might show up for me. And it just felt like something that I'm glad I know that this might happen, that these things might come up for me to look at, and that I would be more prepared that way, instead of getting frustrated and asking, why is this showing up again? And, falling into the victim cycle that we can fall into. I hope that helps somebody.